Renfield. Rosie Vesperina's in the garage having a bit of a rest, and I thought that I would just update you on some of the changes that I have made to Ruby Renfield. She's had a couple of little facelifts, so let's talk through them. The first and probably the easiest thing that I have done to Ruby is just to add this bag on the back. So this is a Nelson rig. I think the style is called the commuter bag, and it's just the perfect size, fits on the seat, has plenty of storage room inside for just little bits and pieces. You can see in there it does have the ability to expand it, so it brings it up about this much higher for more stuff. So it's probably just the right size for the things that I need to go out and about with. So that was the first thing. The second thing that I put on that was relatively easy was the guard on the side. So if we come around this side and have a look at the bottom here, this piece is new. I think I bought it off Amazon. It came wrapped in official Royal Enfield wrapping, so I'm assuming that it is a genuine piece, but you'll remember I showed you that the one that was on there when I brought it had some dings on it and it really bothered me, so that got replaced. The next thing number 3 that I put on is the mount for the Garmin Zumo XT2, so my navigation. It goes here and it sits perfectly underneath when I'm riding. I did purchase another mount, so I'm going to try that out when it comes, just to see if it's a bit better. This one sits a fair bit away from the handlebar and I'd want something that's a little bit closer. Next was probably the hardest thing that I have put on Ruby was the handlebar risers. The posture when you're sitting on Ruby is actually quite comfortable, but you are quite forward. So I installed these bar raisers on either side, and the install of those was very easy. But the only hitch that I had was that the throttle cable, which you can see here, originally was threaded onto the outside, so around here, of the forks. And so when I tested the handlebars and the throttle after I'd installed the razors, there's a better view of the razors there, it was not long enough. So when I turned the handlebars, the throttle and the engine revved quite a bit when I pulled it when I turned it full lock. So that meant that needed to be moved. So moved it from here and threaded it into this side, which has made it a little bit easier and not so much issue. So that was the next thing. And the last thing that I did was adjusted the clutch cable. So I went on YouTube. Well, I went on YouTube for just about everything, but there was some instructions on how to adjust your clutch level so that it had the right amount of free play in it. It required adjusting here, but also adjusting down on here, these parts here. So I had to undo those bolts, do some measurements up on the handlebar, and then push this part and adjust these bolts again. So that's a lot of updating that Ruby has had. Still more things to come. The scratches on the end of the handlebars, I don't know whether you can see that accurately, but they were really bothering me. That's a little bit better. They are really bothering me. There's some on both sides, so I have ordered some new ends. I've also ordered the touring mirrors to replace the existing mirrors. The existing mirrors are fine, but they do have a bit of vibration in them at certain speeds, and so my plan is to replace those when the new mirrors come, and we'll see how that goes. I have her booked in to have a service next Friday, I think, and so I've just asked them to do a little bit of a look over. She had a service at around, her first service at around 700 kilometres ridden, and then another one, and that was in early 2024, and then another one in November of 2024, but nothing since then. And so I had a chat to them, and I said I think that Ruby's been sitting in a garage somewhere and not being used, given the amount of kilometres that were on it for the service in November and the amount of kilometres she had on her when I bought her. So they said yes, it's worthwhile. She's probably been sitting idle for 12 months, so it's worthwhile to bring her in. So that's what will happen, and we'll get a few things checked out. So I will update you on the next changes that I make to Ruby. I'm continually practicing riding her in a safe environment, having a lot of fun, getting used to changing the gears. I am having a little bit of a problem with the gears feeling like they're getting stuck. At traffic lights, it will sometimes, I can get it into neutral, but then I can't get it into first. I don't know whether it's user error. I'm hoping the adjustments that I made to the clutch today will help with that, but we'll see. But I have flagged it with the mechanics at the shop for them to have a look at when I take it in for the service. So that's the update on Ruby Renfield. I still love her, and some other friends have had a look at her and have thought that she's beautiful as well. The handlebar risers do make a big difference in the posture when you're sitting on it. I still haven't taken her out for a ride with the new position, so I'll update that as well. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. This one was nice and short, wasn't it? See you soon. Bye.